Good morning, my thirsty friend. Today we are in Rhone Valley septentrional and we start our first stop at Mathieu Barret estate. Okay, so Aline, please tell us a bit about Mathieu Barret, about the history of the estate.
Mathieu Barret's estate was created in 1988. He joined GFA from his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
So he started with 6 hectares of vines, with different plots in Cornas and some in Cotes. So he started already in organic agriculture since the first vintage that started in 2001. And he also was one of the first trying the biodynamic agriculture. So it's not really old estate, it's only 25, around 25.
Okay, so tell us a bit about those fancy label and here our friend Teddy Bear.
What? The Teddy Bear story is the nickname of Mathieu when he visited the United States and Canada. It was his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he wanted to start the new range of bottles with négoce art, the first one was Petit. And the labels are created by Rhone, which is a street grapher. The little brown bear is also the logo of the estate art. And when you have the Mathieu Barret's vine and bottles, it will be this logo, which is the eagle.
So today you prepare some of the wines for the tasting. So we can see on that side Petit, which are some négoce wine from Rhone Valley, the rosé 100% Grenache.
Yes.
And the red as well, 100% Grenache?
No, the Petit is 100% Syrah,
okay.
And it's near Visan.
Near Visan, which is close from Montélimar, more south. I mean, somehow we are still in the Mediterranean part of Rhone Valley.
After we have 2 Cotes du Rhone, one in white with 50-50 Roussanne Marsanne,
Mm-hmm.
and one in red with 100% Syrah, and the plots are 50 years old.
Yeah, as you explained to me, okay, here we are in the Cornas area, but we are at the bottom side of Cornas, where actually the plots are flatter. And of course, yeah, Roussanne Marsanne, it's more the kind of grapes you find in the area, like Saint-Péret. And of course, well, Syrah is the main grape for the red. Then we have Saint-Joseph, which is négoce, I can see.
Also, yeah. It's from Ozon and Arras.
Mm-hmm.
It's also 100% of Syrah.
Okay. And finally, we have those 2 Cornas, also 2 estates, and one is a parcel blend, and the other one is a single estate.
With 2 plots.
With two plots, but which are next to each other.
Yes.
And all of the wines are 100%. Anyway, Cornas is always 100% Syrah. Aline mentioned to me that now the total estate is 21 hectares, plus some négoce as well. Out of 21 hectares, 13 of Cornas, which is quite big, probably one of the biggest producers in this appellation, as the total of it is around 100 hectares. So he started with 6, and thanks to plantation right now he has 13, which are almost all together, which is also quite rare. So 13 Cornas, 6 hectares Côte du Rhône, and 1 hectare Saint-Joseph, which has recently been planted, and 1 hectare of Saint-Péret, which we won't test today because it's out of stock. Interesting testing with this first rosé Côte du Rhône 100%, sorry, Vin de France 100% Grenache that was very clean, very fresh. I mean, all the wines are all about freshness, liveliness. The style seems to toward wine which are pick up not when the grapes, are overripe, but rather when the level of alcohol and alcohol is low and acidity high enough. So very distinctive rosé from the one I tried from Provence, extremely mineral. I mean, I found a lot of those wines were very chalky. Kind of like this Côte du Rhône, 50% Roussanne, 50% Marsanne, with a beautiful aromas of confited lemon and almond. Quite creamy on the palate, and then always this liveliness, very pleasant. Then from the first red Petit, so there's a Côte du Rhône. Okay, it was 2021, so maybe not the most exciting vintage overall, in France. So the wine, yes, is light, fresh, with some good level of tannins. I found it, on the nose, I want to say simple, but yes, straightforward, with more like some olives, black olives character. Just like to my personal taste, a little bit of flesh, but if you look for something a bit on the lean, refreshing and a bit tannic, to go with some terrine, pâté, that probably work very well. Then we definitely went one step up with this Saint-Joseph, which is Négoce. It's 2020, so straight away you feel that the nose is much more attractive, more flesh, and again, yes, good amount of tannins, probably as much tannins as on the previous one, but because there's more flesh, you feel that it's all integrated all together, so it feels more balanced overall, and the wine was more complex with more raspberry, peppery nuts. So yeah, good one, good effort. Then the Côte du Rhône, no wine's land, which come from actually so the bottom slope of Cornas. Definitely one of my favorite wine today. Here you can definitively feel that you are on a different level, in the sense that there's more bodied, more concentration, more tannic structure, and again, this super high level of acidity that really lift up the wine and make it mouth watering and quite greedy. So it's just sort of the Côte du Rhône, but definitely, in my opinion, one step above the Saint-Joseph. So Saint-Joseph is a bit more expensive, but you pay for the appellation. And this one is like I don't want to say a baby Cornas, because when you drink Cornas, you might expect something a little bit more, even more tannic, a little bit more punchy. Then we went through the Cornas, Brise Cailloux, which here for a Cornas is quite easy drinking. You feel the wine has a bit more muscle, the tannins level slightly more powerful. I found the wine a little bit closer on the nose, not as expressive as No Wine's Land. But again, 12.5% alcohol, So it's more like an approachable style of Cornas for those who don't have the patience, to wait for the big boys. So here's the big boys, the Geniale Patronne 2019, which you find on the nose, which is much riper. I mean, 19 was a very dry, warmer vintage. And then, yes, you have the full tannic structures, high density, high acidity, very mineral. It's very tastes like stone juice. The nose as well is not fully open yet, so the wine that probably needs to at least 5 to 10 years, to open up and be fully enjoyed. Okay, we are down the cellar, and yes, Aline mentioned about cement tank. So sometimes you think about the large old style cement one, but here it's pretty much more like a small one, which even comes with some X shape. And those with a diamond shape, but inside they actually are like X. Any particular reason for having a diamond shape?
It's smaller, and we prefer the round shape because it will polish more the tannins than in the square.
Okay, because there is a natural movement inside the tank that help to keep the lees always in motion.
Exactly. Yes.
Nice. Okay, this is how we are ending our visit. Just one last thing which got mentioned to me is so the name of the estate is Domaine du Coulet. So whenever it's estate grown, it will come with Domaine du Coulet, and when it's négoce, it will only mention Mathieu Barret. Yeah, now we are in the vineyard. Just wanted to show you a little bit how steep our Cornas vineyards. As you can see here, we are at the bottom of the hill, where probably you get produce, the range of wine called no wine's land, where the soil is more clay and calcareous, and then we can go inside and see a little bit more. Yeah, so here we are at the end of one of the row. You can see that, the soil seems to be much lighter with clay, and then as soon as you reach the other side of the road, you can see it become much leaner. There is much more rocks, and you can see it's much more steep